Hey there, this is Cash Bear Mama on the loose. How you doing? I thought about debt collectors. I don't know why it came to my mind. I was thinking of them. But anyway, how do you know if a debt collector is a scam? I mean, do you see their face? Is it a certain country you're thinking of? The color of their skin? They walk funny. What? How do you know they're a scam? They talk funny. They're foreigners all the time. No, can be anybody. There's American scammers. There's from people from other countries that are scammers trying to make a buck. All everybody is. We're in inflation over here, and they're running the scammers over here. Okay, even your favorite best friend could be a scammer. We've fell with them. But how do you really know? Well, there's 6 ways to spot a collection scam. So keep in mind, first off, they pressure you. You got to pay it now. Now, or we're going to have the police at your house. You got to pay it now, or we're going to ruin your credit. You got to pay it now. We need it now. They pressure and pressure. Hurry up. You got to get it here. And you're just sitting there running around like a chicken with your head cut off. It's not that serious that it has to be now. You need to stop and think about it. If they're really pressuring, this pressure, they want you off the phone. They want that money so they can get on with the next person or get that money and go spend it. So you need to protect your precious money. They are as fake as some of this sitting here. Okay, like this $100 bill. I've seen this on the internet. This one's fake. Okay, the 10's not. But some of this stuff is fake on here, so you can't tell all the time unless somebody comes out and tells you. But if they're trying to get money, they're not going to do that. So they're fake. Next one, number 2, they won't give you their contact information. You're asking, what's your address? What's your phone number? Maybe who's your supervisor, first and last name. What's your name? Your real name, you want to say, but what's your name? And I'll contact you back would be the appropriate thing to say. It says, I'll get back with you and get them off the phone. And you should contact your credit person that you were dealing with, whether it's a Visa, MasterCard, blah, 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 that sent it. They know who they sent the debt to. Okay, or even if they sent it at all. You may be behind, but they never did send it. Some of them are beginning now to deal with their own debt. They're being the debt collectors instead of sending it off because they're finding out that we can make the same deals here and get most of our money back. Okay, so they're not, a lot of companies are getting rid of the debt collectors. And the debt collectors know it. And so debt collectors are beginning to do deals, in which you should. You should ask for a deal. Half off something, okay? Payment plan. Just don't go in there blindly. Fight for some rights. Fight for less payment so that you can get out of debt quickly. Yes, it's going to trigger a form for the tax next year. But if you owe all this debt in the first place, your income's probably not there, and you'll probably get your refund anyway. So don't sit there and worry about that. Okay, so they won't give you contact information. Another thing is they may give you a false debt report that you should. I know you don't want to check your credit all the time because it gives you bad vibes. You look on there and you go, oh my God, my credit score is just down. Okay, but you need to check your credit score because some things get on there that aren't supposed to get on there. That's number 1. And number 2, that debt isn't yours. It could be on the credit report, or the scammer made it up, or they made it up in one of your family members' names, and they're trying to get you to pay for something that's not there, and you shouldn't be paying for your family members' things that don't live with you or whatever. Okay. Still be cautious, still check what's going on with your report. And like I said, I know you don't want to go. My example was I had a scammer get a PPP loan in my name. And the only thing that helped me was I looked on my credit report and I saw Small Business Administration PPP loan that I'd gotten approved. And they were getting ready to send a letter out. Well, I was like really going off. Okay. Called the credit bureau. They immediately took it off, called the Small Business Administration, Washington, D.C., got everything off. They said, yes, it had been approved. And I said, no, it isn't, because I'm not taking it. And I don't have a small business right now. And I don't need that much money in the first place, quite a bit of money. But they were sending it. But what was so funny, they were sending it to my address. So I'm sitting there going, they found this information off probably the internet, or because another thing you should do is lock your credit report. Okay, freeze it so nobody can get in it. You can freeze it, you can lock it. And I know it costs a little bit of money, but it costs a whole lot of money if I had had a PPP loan come into my house and I had used it or thinking something else, which I wasn't going to do because I would wonder, why do I have a PPP loan? Okay, so lock your credit report up. Yeah, it costs some money, $26, $27 a month. Okay, yeah, they're making a little change off of you, but identity theft is bad. Okay, and they can find your address. That's what happened with these people. They were finding the address and all this stuff and sending me a PPP loan. I even got checks in the mail, regular checks with my name on it from a bank, which we found out, the FBI and everything. This was a whole total scam, that it was a bank in New York that was laundering money through everything. So watch what you're doing. And if I hadn't watched what I was doing, I wouldn't have found it. I would probably got the money and been gone and been in trouble. So, you got to watch what you're doing. You didn't receive a letter in the mail. And that now you got them calling and emailing. Your email's online too. And you're going, hold up. Who are you? And first thing you're going to do, you're going to check with the creditor. Who did you send this report to? Check it anyway, even if you think it's reliable. They got the correct numbers and everything. Check. And then check the credit person, I want to say the debt collector that's calling. Are they legitimate, or are they some fly-by-night that just showed up? There's new debt collectors now, and some of them got 2 people in the office working. And you don't know who they are. There's some debt collectors, they've been around a while, and the minute you hear them, you're going, oh, okay. But you need to check the debt collector and see what they're doing, and really check. Don't look and say, oh, they're on Google, I'll check there. No, really check. Go to the Better Business Bureau, do this, do that, check. So you can protect yourself. And if they are legitimate, if they do anything wrong, you can go back to that act that Congress has made and say, this is what you did and blah, 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 blah. And, contact the lawyer because they violated that act. So check. You didn't receive anything in the mail. They all should send you at least one piece of paper in the mail so that you can verify the debt within 5 days, and tell them to verify it. And they have to stop contacting you. They have to cease all collection to send you that information within 30 days. Everything's got to freeze till they get everything together. If they don't get the information, then you can't pay the debt. It's, we're not going to pay it. You don't have any information at all. You're just, and it may be a legitimate debt, but you got rights. They don't have the original paperwork The original paperwork that you signed. Do they have the original paperwork? That's one way you can get out of the debt. Have them send where you signed for that paperwork instead of a little copy of, oh, you owe blah blah here and this is how much it is. Yeah, you probably do. But where's the original paperwork? You should have hold of all that information right there. Okay? If they another way is you can kind of spot a scammer. They ask you to go here, let's go get some Google Play cards. Let's go to Target. Let's go to Sephora. I mean, I've heard over and over different people going, yeah, I sent. For what? Why would they need a Target gift card to pay a debt? And then I hear, oh, I didn't think about that. Nope, you didn't. Okay, so no prepaid cards, none of that. Okay, anything you got to put money on? No. Okay, no transfer like Zelle, Cash App, all that stuff. Venmo. No, we're not doing that. And, then they tell you, oh, that's the easiest way. Yeah, it's easy. But it's so easy, your money's going to be gone. Okay, so no. Okay, don't have them call you and talk about this is the easiest thing to do. I'm telling you, no. Even money orders are a little tricky. They like money orders now too. They're getting to be a big scam thing. So I wouldn't even get a money order. If you can't go in the bank and ask for a cashier's check or something to mail you, or if you have a bank account, the debt collector, look, I'm just going to pay you with the check because I don't believe this stuff. And just tell them, I don't believe it. You got to find another way. I'm kind of scared of debit cards, because your whole checking account is open. You just gave your debit card number to somebody that you don't know. Okay? And it's just out there. So I would rather send a check. They want the money order. The debt collector want money order too because it's money. It's just the same thing. It's cash. We can get it over with. But what if they turn around and say they didn't get it? Then you got to go trace the money order. We hope. I've traced a money order and it was rough trying to trace that money order down. It took a minute. All I got was a picture. Yeah, this is the picture, but I had the picture before I sent it, but they finally traced it down. It had been delivered to the wrong address. But I mean, it took a while. It was like 2 months to find that money order. Okay, the next thing, if they threaten to tell your co-workers, right, and your friends and employees, don't worry about it. Okay, they do that all the time. They used to do, real debt collectors used to do that though. They would call your family, they call this, they still there's some still shady, and they call. Because I told you, they can look on Google, they find your information from some company that's selling it, and your relatives may be listed under there, like who's the nearest relative, and they start calling, do you know blah blah blah, can you tell them to give me a call? Okay, and then see, scammers already know that. Okay, we're gonna tell on you, we're gonna give up that information. You're gonna be embarrassed because you owe all this money and blah, blah, blah. Owing money is the most embarrassing thing to some people. People have committed suicide, killed themselves because they think they owe some money. And the scammers don't care. They're at home, sitting in their living room, whatever, and like, we got money. We don't care what you think. They have said the worst things to people, and people have killed themselves over it. Don't worry about it. And if it does get to your family and whatever, okay. It's not like we all didn't make mistakes in life. Maybe we didn't know how to manage our money, and most of the time what you'll hear is nothing. Crickets will be going, it's you getting all worked up. You're going to have a heart attack worrying about some scammer talking, or even watch real debt collectors. If they do that calling around and stuff, not supposed to. Not supposed to give up information of a third party. Don't be calling and threatening and, giving out my information. You just violated Congress's act. Okay? So, how can you protect yourself? I'm going to tell you again. Check your credit report. Call the credit people. Eventually, they got numbers hidden. It's hard to talk to them sometimes, but you can get a hold of them and tell them what's going on. If it's a fraud thing and you feel like they got a fraud department, make sure that you contact your credit cards, debit card, your bank if you have one, online or offline. Maybe it's a physical bank. Mine's online, so and they're really great. Contact your creditor. I know you mad at them, but we got to realize we did make the debt, right? You made that debt. And yeah, you're mad because they may have took your credit card away. You can't use it. They should have paid attention and I couldn't pay. Okay, enough's enough. Just forget it. If you need help, contact that creditor and ask, where did you send that first debt? Where did it go? And they know where they sent it to. Now, the only other problem you have is if the second debt collector shot it off the other debt collector, which you should know, that first debt collector that contacted you, okay, where did you send it? They know too. Okay, unless you can't get a hold of them because they just got out of business because they did some bad things and the government jumped on them and closed them up. Okay, yeah, check your credit report, contact your creditor. Don't disclose any financial information at all. Okay, don't give out bank account numbers. Don't give out credit card, debit numbers. Don't give out Google numbers. Don't do any scratching back there on the back of a card, a Target, whatever. No, don't do that. Don't give out any financial information. Okay, because you don't know if they're real. Let them do the talking for a minute. And then you say, I want a copy of the original thing that I signed to verify this debt. And then we will go forward. And then you can negotiate. Unless you just don't want to, you don't want to be bothered, you want to pay it in full, okay. But you can negotiate the payments. I don't have it right now. Be upfront. Negotiate the amount, because they paid pennies on the dollar. If it's a real debt collector, they didn't pay, like if you owed $600, they didn't pay $600 for that debt. They don't want $600 back. And some of them will erase the fees, like maybe the company that you were dealing with charged interest and stuff, and they did, you got the amount. Some of them take off the interest, some will slash it in half if you pay it during this time. I've got some companies that I will tell you about later that really do work with people, and then there are others, they're like money grabbers. They act like they came from the scam level and decided they're going to be a debt collector. Now those companies, we got issues. Okay, I don't know what they're doing. And stay calm. Know your rights. Don't be sitting there, oh, I got to pay it now. Oh, I got to do it now. No, just stay calm. You hear them going, what you going to do? What you going to do? You got to do it now. Nope, I don't have to do anything now. Remember, you're in charge of you. Okay, you first. Always think of you. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do right now. It's not detrimental. You're not going to die. Lightning is not going to come from the sky and strike you dead. Calm down. And if you need help, ask one of your relatives or whatever, or call in to the FTC, get some information from the federal government, or go online and see what your rights are and what you can do about this. But don't let them pressure you. And you can also, with a regular company, you can submit a complaint to the federal and the state level. If it's fraud, you can submit a complaint about the fraud. that somebody's doing something wrong. Because those complaints pile up there. You may not get it done, but eventually you'll hear stuff. You know how these companies, we're hearing stuff. It's because people have been complaining the whole time. They did this to me. They did that to me. Wells Fargo, remember? Boom, boom, boom. It came out because they kept doing it, and the government started looking, and the states were looking. You know, they weren't sitting there. They were looking, and there's other companies that have gone under, and because people said something. Say something. File that complaint. Yeah, you may not get it resolved. File it anyway, because it's going to be in a file up there in the federal government. Okay? File it with the state. It's going to be on file with the state. You can file with your state for an out-of-state company. Okay? The Attorney General of your state can check into a practice of unfair practice of another state or what's going on, okay? And they'll try to resolve it. But that file, that paper trail is there. And you need that paper trail so that if you have to do something bigger, you got that paper trail going. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Don't get caught up with the scammers and the debt collection thing. We got enough trouble going on around here, okay? Take care. Love you all. Thank you to my subscribers and my visitors. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.